Hey guys, welcome to the SimRacingPaddock. I'm William Marsh, and we are going to be going to RaceRoom this time around. I was actually able to get an early access build of the new GT4 or GT4 cars, so I am excited to take these for a spin. And yeah, so we have the Ktm Crossbow Gt4, the Lotus Evora GT4, and the Porsche Cayman Gt4 Club Sport. These are three new cars being added to RaceRoom, and it's a nice new demographic because we had the GTR3, GTR2, GTR1, which are GT3, GT2/GTE, and GT1. So now we have another lower tier series, so that's exciting. One other thing I want to show you right now is GTR2, we have another new car, the P45 Competizione. This is another new addition. I believe it is modified to GT2 spec because also the GTR3, I believe, had the same car right here. So there's the GTR3 spec P45 and now a GTR2 spec GTR P45. So yeah, just wanted to let you know about that. Click the wrong one. So GTR4, we will check this out. And for this, I am busting out the Thrustmaster TSPC Racer with the 488 GT Challenge rim. So I am using fan LEDs, so you will see the shift lights, which is nice. I do not know off the top of my head if this is officially supported. So for this, I think first off we will drive with the Lotus Evora GT4, because why not? And we'll do a track I know pretty well. We'll try Sonoma and Sonoma Raceway. I prefer the IRL layout, to be honest, with these kinds of cars, so we'll give this a try. How much does it cost for the RaceRoom pack? I don't know off the top of my head. I don't know if they've unveiled the pricing yet. My guess though is it'd likely be maybe $5 or $6. That'd be my guess. I don't know off the top of my head though. I might be able to Google it a little later. Alright, so transmission, we are going to do manual. And this car just has auto clutch, so that will work. And then let's tweak the car a bit to make it a little more comfy. There we go. That should be good for us. Except it overwrote my profile, so my pedals are not working right now. I do not know if more GTR4 or GT4 cars are going to be released, at least not in this first build. I believe they might add more because usually Sector 3 does a good job of adding more. So that would be my guess. So go to control settings, edit assignments. Yep, for some reason it defaulted back to this. Brake, clutch in. Let's save a profile real quick. Really, it's not allowing me to hold down a key for it to keep going. So alright, we'll just rename it that. And then we should be good to go. Except actually I want to make sure we have the ignition and starter mapped. So we'll do that real quick. Ignition, starter, there we go. There's the throttle response I was looking for. freaking love the sounds of these. This is not my first time with TSPC. I've been using it for a couple weeks now, I think. Sound might be a little high, I'm not sure. It sounds like sounds a little high. So let's do that. Okay, check, check, check. How are the audio levels? Hey, Bam, how's it going? And Buzzin' Hornet, thanks for dropping by. Man, I haven't done any tweaking to the force feedback yet in this, but it feels really good, actually. Very visceral, for lack of a better word. You feel like all that rumble in the road. Feels still a little loose around center, which I've grown accustomed to in RaceRoom, but the road texture and everything, really good. Throw it in. Enjoying the sound of this car. Of course, it's RaceRoom. You'd always enjoy the sound of the car. But yeah, I haven't been in RaceRoom in a while, so it's nice jumping back in. Maybe I can put more volume. Okay. I'll do that in a minute. Try and actually throw down a good lap here. And there, he's on the brakes hard. Let's see if I can set him up into the next corner. Going down. There we go. Let's adjust the traction control. Alright, that's brake bias. Traction control preset 2, okay. Let's see how that feels. Yeah! Well, that was kind of a stickler right there. Okay, so because this lap is botched, let's adjust the volume. Whoops, accidentally hit someone. There we go. Throttle off oversteer, but can actually kind of feel it. These ISI Motor 2 engine games, you really had to tweak them to get rear end feel, so it's nice that I'm feeling it a little bit right now. There we go. Braking a little early for this corner. Get the car down there, hard on the throttle, ride it out to the edge. There we go. This is Renz. Thanks for subscribing. So yeah, it's funny because this version of Sonoma Raceway is not laser scanned. Whoop. But it is still one of my favorites. This is one of my favorite versions of Sonoma in terms of authenticity and aesthetics. Because if you consider iRacing's version is laser scanned, but it's scanned off a version based off of 2008 Sonoma. And then there is the fact that this is based off of, I want to say, 2015, 2016 Sonoma. And I gotta say, it looks good. This is one of the few versions that actually has the driving school building there, which is that big red building on the left. Fishing, I'd say yes. You get great content, and this is one of the best sounding sims. Takes usually a little while to tweak the force feedback to feel good, but there are so many settings for you to fiddle with to your personal preference. I'd say it's worth it. So there's that. Bam, thanks for that. But yeah, I'd say it's worth it. It has laser scan Nürburgring. Think of it as like a $50 title, and I'd say it's worth it. Let's try to lay down a good lap. Roll on the throttle. Catch that curve. But yeah, it's just, let's talk about the sound for a minute. The engine note sounds great. It doesn't really sound too digitized. It sounds authentic, but also just the environmental effects. The sound going over the curbs in this game are the best in any sim racing title. You'll actually hear the pitch change as the speed goes up or down. Hearing the dirt getting kicked up under the car. I find it unlikely that we'll see stock cars in RaceRoom, to be honest. Like, that's just not a demographic that people are going for, are going to RaceRoom for. Because stock car racing requires a completely different rule set compared to, say, road racing. Alright, so we've done a lot of this. So now let's jump to the next car. And I'm thinking Porsche. So we'll do different car and track now. My guess is this Porsche is going to be a lot more on edge. Because, or wait, Formula Junior, my bad. GT4, Porsche Cayman Gt4. This is a car I enjoy a lot in Assetto Corsa. This is a fun car to drive in AC. And let's try, let's see, what kind of track. Decisions. So many around here. And some of these tracks I don't even know, too, so that makes it interesting. I've never driven Salzburg Ring. Let's try this out. Try learning a new track. Why not? But yeah, one thing I'll just say is it is remarkable seeing how far RaceRoom has come. Because I really started getting into RaceRoom around 2013, 2014. And, for example, they had the DTM Experience 2014. And I tested that back when I worked at ISR. And back then, this game was a mess. So it's awesome seeing that it's actually evolved and improved. And now it's completely, like, night and day different title in the best possible way. Okay, I've actually driven this track before, but yeah, I barely remember it. So first thought, these sounds are pretty darn good as well. It's definitely that boxer sound. Might be slightly more digitized though than the Lotus we were driving. At the higher notes, it sounds a little more clear, a little nicer, I think. Oh, little bump. Whoa! Okay, yeah, this car is a lot more squirrely. Way squirrelier. You gotta be careful driving this. Yeah, this looks like a tricky track. Okay. And totally missed my braking point and murdered a crossbow. Sorry. Sean Yams, thanks for subscribing. Alright. The perils of learning a new track, am I right? So I'd say maybe learning a track, don't go full speed. Learn your marks. Gradually increase. That guy on my right just punted me. So here we go. Looks like turns coming up. Wow, this car gets loose. Did I get punted? Yes, I did. Okay. Yeah, that felt weird, and I was like, was that a punt, or did I just lock up the rears? There we go. This is a pretty fun track. It's a challenge, so. That is the hardest corner barrier known to man. That's just a tire. Okay. Let's have concrete filled in it. You can hear the RPMs fluctuate as you go over the track. Yes. I think it's like simulating the transmission warble going over bumps. Apologize for abysmal driving. Next car I will drive at a track that I know relatively well. But yeah, this car is squirrely. I'll say that. This car does not like trail braking. And then it's interesting, when you shift up in certain gears, it'll catch hard, and then it'll kick out the rear end as well. Wow, the AI made the same mistake I did. That's funny. Let's set an actual lap this time. I hope so. Always that. I mean, they have one of the best car rosters in all of sim racing. Like, just the variety and everything. So, I'd love to see multi-class racing. There we go. One of the things I just love about the RaceRoom engine is it feels like everything has substance to it. It's tough to explain, but it feels like everything feels like it has actual substance to it, which I think other sims don't. It almost feels like other sims, they look like, not polygons, but it feels like they just don't have as much weight or substance. Alright, this is Renz. Thanks for that input. So hold it flat out, turn in. Don't oversteer too much. Small co-stream with Gamer Muscle. Is he playing RaceRoom right now? Let me know if he's playing RaceRoom. Alrighty. I got corner cut. I'm not using the butt kicker right now. I just haven't had the time to set it up. It's still on my Heusinkveld rig. He's playing AC at the moment. Well, let me know if anyone could start up a lobby or something, because I think the way I have my internet set up right now, I'm not really able to set up a lobby. With me having everything set up with Wi-Fi, I would need to adjust my DNS settings, which I haven't done yet. So later on, I think I'm just gonna freaking hardwire it. Whoa! This car does not like trail braking. This wheel's pretty good. It definitely is Thrustmaster. I have some complaints on it. For example, one thing I've been noticing with the Thrustmaster TS series, with the TS series, I have noticed that there's a high-pitched whine under load. So if you're not using headphones, that could get irritating a bit. Fred, unfortunately, no, I don't. The closest I'd have is a link to Fanatic rims, and then you get an OSW adapter for it. But I don't have one. Sorry about that. Yeah, Sim Commander has cost me issues at times. I could never get it work like my butt kicker working with Project Cars 2 for some reason. Worked well in RaceRoom, AC, iRacing. So yeah, I'm gonna have to try it again sometime soon. I think I might be starting to shift some stuff over to my Heusinkveld rig again and testing stuff out. So I think I'm gonna remount my OSW to that. Gonna use the Heusinkveld pedals off of this, and then I'll likely use my Fanatic Club Sport pedals on this, I think. And then I'm getting a new monitor for my Heusinkveld rig. I'm going to be experimenting with an ultra wide. That was my big Black Friday pickup this year. Decided to try ultra wide, like maybe just for fun and for my VR rig or whatever. Okay, that's one way to take the corner, but did not get the speed out, so that's the frustrating part. You have to be clinical there. You can imagine a lot of wrecks happening there in real life. We need to get a 129 before I'm happy with this. 129, my goal. I love the sound of these boxer flat sixes because at higher revs they start sounding like a V12 engine. So yeah, one of the reasons I wanted to get the ultra wide as well is just to let you guys know my thoughts on it. So do a review on it. So yeah, I bought it Black Friday for you guys partially, but I'm gonna be the one using it. Because I could see some pros, I could see some cons, because you're not gonna get a field of view like this. That's one con right off the bat. But you don't have to worry about bezel correction. You don't have to worry about having juggling like NVIDIA Surround or things like that. So it'll be interesting to see what the pros and cons are. Also, I wanted to see what the differences between high refresh rate. So I bought, it's the Alienware Ultra Wide. I ended up buying it for $750 roughly, and that can be clocked at 120 hertz, which is double what a traditional monitor has. So it'll be fun to take a look at. Whoa, 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 tank slapper! Oh, shoot. Massive tank slapper! Could not save that. Come on! I just can't catch a break. Oh. This is Ren's 34 inch to fit 27-inch height. That was funny, just see that car spin out. Alright, let's try this again. We need that 129 before I'm happy with this track. going over that bump into this corner, you can hear the transmission just wow, 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 wow. Crazy Jimmer stream? What did he do today? There we go. Come on, get that exit. Charity races. 129.9. Let's see if we can get a little more. Wow, 3,000 euros. That's awesome. But that's one of the things I love about Jimmy. He is very community oriented. Like, he'll do these races for charity and just bring the community together to do something awesome. Maybe I'll have to do a couple charity races sometime, like I did one last year to help support some of my friends who were displaced by the fires in my area. So maybe I'll have to do another, like, one sometime. There we go. 2 good laps in a row. Nice. It's at 1:36.66. That's a little slower. Missed the breaking point, and we're dead. Alright, well, at least we have a half decent handle on this track. If we're not pushing too hard. Alright, so we will jump out of this, and next up, the Ktm Crossbow. Let's do a single event, though, actually. So we can jump into, let's see, GT4, Ktm Crossbow Gt4, and let's pick a color. This one looks pretty cool. Red, white, and black, and will work just fine. And for track, let's do Laguna Seca. One of my favorite tracks, relatively local, should be fun. Difficulty, we'll do 94, because I believe that's usually what works well for me. We will not do a practice. Or are we able to turn it off? Off. We'll do 10-minute qualifying. And 15-minute race, because why not? And then if we set a good lap, we'll just skip to the end of session. Sounds good. Should be fun. And now we wait for the loading screen. But yeah, so some people, they were asking earlier about my thoughts on this wheel so far. TSPC Racer base is good. Communicates force feedback well. I'd say the TGT is a little smoother as a base, and I mean, with that having the price premium. But this rim is, there's some things I like about it, some things I hate. And that's the frustrating thing. You have to find a balance. Let's move this in a bit. There we go, that will work. So, one thing I do not like about this wheel, the buttons. The buttons have almost no throw, and they have a tactile feel for what you have, but it doesn't feel that good. That's my problem with it. Compared to other like wheels, it's okay. It gets the job done, but it's not my favorite. Bill, yes I am testing that for review right now. I have that mounted on my Visaro rig, and it is okay. It's an okay shifter, it's an okay handbrake, but they aren't great. That's my problem. They aren't like, oh, that's turning off the car. Whoops, my bad. So the handbrake, it's okay. It doesn't have much resistance though. That's my problem. It doesn't have much of the way of resistance. It, like, it's a very linear feel. And same thing with the shifter. It's very linear. You don't have a good tactile responsive click through that shifter. That's my problem. I'm enjoying the feel of this car. Trying to figure out what's the best traction control preset. So I want to figure out, so we're on preset 1 right now. Oh, that's cool. It actually shows on that the aim display on the bottom. Let's try something. Okay, the higher the number, the lower the force feedback, I think. Or not force feedback. The lower the traction control. So here. Yeah, I hear no traction control kicking in. So 1, I guess, is max. Yeah, you can hear the traction control really kicking in. We'll try 4. Bill. Bill Kuhn, I'm not sure if that's true. I thought the 29-inch ultra wides were about the height of a 24-inch. So I'm noticing, I think there might be a chance that turn 1 and 2 are off on this. Is the game laggy or the stream? The game, I'm getting a solid 60. So I guess it might be the stream. It's interesting no one mentioned that. All stream, I guess? Let me check something. Just check in, refreshing the stream. Want to see, like, Why is it lagging for you guys? Yeah, that's 1080p 60. Yeah, no one mentioned laggy, so let me check some settings real quick. Hold on a second. Let's cut the stream for a second and bring it back. Okay, made a couple modifications. Well, guys, these are the things that you can mention to me, and I can see if I can fix them. So I'm trying to monitor the stream now, and we'll take a look. Made a couple changes. Okay, it looks better. All right, thank you. Yeah, I had to do a system refresh a little while ago, and basically that caused some issues. But thanks for letting me know, guys. Oh yeah, that looks so much better. I was just monitoring real quick. Alright, let's actually try to get a good lap because we have 3 minutes left in our session. This is my favorite car of the pack, I think. The feel just feels great right off the bat. Decent weight distribution. You can control it easily with the pedals, so I think I'm going to call this my favorite car of the pack. Granted, it's personal opinion and stuff, so keep that in mind. There we go. Let's see what lap time this is. 4, 3. Oh, we're on the pole by 7/10. When will GT4 come? I do not know off the top of my head. I know that they're doing a preview event next week that I'm invited to, where it's going to be an online race with a lot of YouTubers together, like myself. I think Gamer Muscle was invited, so another SRP Gamer Muscle showdown. Should be interesting. Hard on the throttle. Yeah, I'm enjoying this car. It feels good. That raspy growl, like at high revs. Listen real quick. Woo! Woo, woo. Sounds brutal. Okay, we might have set the AI a little too low. Because 1.7 second gap, we'll let a lot of cars pass after the race starts. How about that? Make things a little more interesting. Alrighty. Session info. No option to skip. Return to garage, I guess. End session, there we go. In the KTM? I don't know off the top of my head. Alright, in the pole. Alright, gonna let quite a few cars pass. Here's what we'll do. How about? We'll take this road down. Alright, we're in last. We just have to climb our way up. Good practice. The KTM barely has the tail lights. That's a punt. Guess they break early there. Keep that in mind. Wow, that was an early breaking point. That's one spot for us. Turn up the traction control a bit. Or turn down the traction control. Turn up the number, down the TC. There we go. Hard on the throttle. Catch the draft a bit. Pull out under. He's going to brake early and I'll get the spot. Get the run up the hill. They are going to brake early again. Make a double pass on the outside of Corkscrew. Nope, he's going to slam the door there. Little wheel spin. We'll turn the traction control a little higher now. Couldn't seal the deal on the outside. There we go, make it stick. Yeah, he set the difficulty too low. Coming up on computer Takuma Sato, I guess. Whoa, just double shifted. I guess I accidentally hit the shifter twice. Well, that gets rid of all my progress right here. And we're gonna have to fight back again. That was so weird. I mean, I'm taking blame for that, but it just totally upset the car. So I guess when I shifted, I accidentally hit twice. Yeah, like that. Alright, time to push. I'd have to take a look, Jack. I don't know off the top of my head. I was using the default field of view, and then I just adjusted the seat position. And thanks, LB, for subscribing. I don't know if I have enough to actually close in now. That'd be my one concern. We have 9 minutes. All right. Closing in fast. There's Fake Sato again. Yeah, Bill, it's a challenge. AI not really the best in in terms of uniformity between different between different tracks, especially between third party and first party. Some tracks you can have great racing, some it's pretty poor. Oh, Sato, little rubbin'. And he steals the spot. There we go. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa! Okay. Well, thanks, Sato. Well, that torches my race. Let's take a look at... I want to see what happened there. Instant replay. So, going here... Yep, AI murdered me there, I think. I gave him room, or I believe I did. Let's check the camera angle. So I'm wide. Huh. Yep. AI just murdered me. And let's watch that in full speed. Because I gave him room. Because I take up most of the track. He just asked for a little more and boom. That sucked. Now I need to get revenge on him. If I can catch him. But yeah, AI, they can commit murder. Yay. Slightly frustrating, I'll say that. Actually, we're taking our mulligan. Let's do this again. So again, I'm going to drop to the back and I'm just going to try to strategically make my passes. Alonso, thanks, I guess? So we're down to 8th. 10th, 11th, 12th. All right. Now the race begins. I gotta be careful, can't get too greedy in these corners. One of the things I will say is kind of missing in the force feedback right now is sort of the cornering force. Like the resistance that you feel in the wheel while turning in. So it almost makes it too easy to turn in too sharp, in my opinion. And I bet that's something you can tweak out in the force feedback settings, because you can almost set force feedback in RaceRoom to anything you'd like, but default, that's one thing I'm noticing. That you can't really get that turn-in feeling that other sims have. Making a pass. Get the drive off. Still side by side. Try to make a move on the outside. Car would not stick. Get a good run up the hill. Jump on his inside. What a move! 2 passes into the corkscrew. It's funny, for some reason when I was going up the hill at the corkscrew, I thought there that car S Palette was backwards for a second because of the livery, the way it looks. Alright, we're 2 spots behind Sato. Let's hope he doesn't murder me this race. With a drive off on the inside of Sato. He's going to brake early. And I get the position. No, he's still side by side. He got the run off. Thank you, Ferdinand, for subscribing. Yeah, it's interesting though, because I wouldn't call it outright slow. It's the fact they're braking too early. Like, through the corners, they're actually pretty quick. But in going into the corner, apparently they're just braking too hard. That'd be something I'd like to see Sector 3 fix. Because they brake, like you can see, maybe a good half second too early. So, yeah, we'll turn up the difficulty for next event. Okay, we're behind the Evora. Yeah, you can just see how I could throw the car in. And I get punted. I was literally against the curb. Their spatial awareness is not good. Actually, the game, it's free to play, yes, but you buy the cars separately. So, for example, to buy all the content available for the sim, it is approximately $50. Or right now it's $50 on sale as well. So, keep that in mind. But free, like when the game is free, it comes with a few cars and a few tracks. Gotta be careful here. Ooh, that was a close call. Yeah, I agree. It's a really good price, and this is still one of the best sounding sims. And apparently their claim is they're committed long term to improving the game. They said they want to convert it to Unreal Engine, which I'm a little concerned about, but they also said maybe adding weather or day-night transitions, things like that. Got a little greedy against Sato. Let's see if we can actually get this position from him now. There we go. We're up to 6th. With 7 minutes left. Basically gotta get 1 spot per minute. Which looks like it might happen. Trevor, thank you for subscribing. Okay, this is Renz. Also, the information I'm basing it off of is over a year old, so decisions can change things like that. I know, like, in the initial announcement of GTR 3 by Simbin, they were saying, like, yeah, the updates are trickling down to RaceRoom. go. Rear end stepped out a little out of the corner. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, I need to check out those dev streams sometime. Do not get the move done. They're actually battling. That's nice to see. Wiley is getting a little wily, I guess. And then we make the move. Alright, let's seal this deal. But you can just see how much I close in. It is insane how early these cars are braking. Because if they get the braking down, these cars would pose a challenge. They really would. You'll notice the majority of the passes I've made in this race are going into the corner. Because my guess is I'm going to pass him into the corkscrew here. Yeah, I have a decent enough run. He's going to go to the right. He's going to brake way too early. Oh, nope. I make a dumb mistake. But I still take the... Oh, never mind. Hey, Bernardo, how's it going? So now I take the lead. Yes, Bernardo, I agree. Again, a double shift. Let me check something. Yeah, I agree this is right. So let me check something. That double shifting is interesting. It's okay now. But that shift, I didn't really... that shift, I didn't really fully depress the shifter like when it double shifted, so... I'm not sure if I accidentally just tripped the switch in this twice or something. That's one of the reasons I love magnetic paddle shifters now. Because magnetic paddle shifters, you have no doubt in your mind when you actually make a shift. Okay, I gotta get refocused. Whoa! No, 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 no. Well, that sucked. Time to push hard. We're gonna have 2 laps. I think. Hey, Stuntman, doing pretty well. How about yourself? And, like, that same statement applies to Tyson. Here we go. Let's make our moves. That was interesting how this guy swung out to the right before turning in. Why do these guys brake so hard? Here we go. Oh, they didn't give me an extra lap. Dang it. If I had that extra lap, I likely would have caught him. That stinks. Does RaceRoom have a lot of people playing? Because servers look dead. Only people playing free content. RaceRoom is more like what I've noticed is that the online multiplayer, yeah, it is mostly people playing for free because that's the nature of a free-to-play title. But let's see. Excuse me. There can't be only 2 servers. Huh? That's interesting. Yep, Bocephus, thanks. And braking still feels good. Maybe a little more squirrely under heavy braking. The AI, they just brake like nuts, though. That's interesting. Reset filters. Refresh server list. Oh, I know why. So I can't check the server browser because I'm on the beta branch. So because I'm on the beta branch, I'm not on the same version that everyone else is. So that's why it's not showing any servers. Okay. Answers that question. So let's do another event. This time, let's turn up to... So it goes all the way up to 120. So I'll do 101. See how that changes. Let's do another track I know all right, though. Mid-Ohio is a decent track. I don't know it the best, but we'll try this. I will have a review on this, but I like the cockpit a lot. The only thing I'd say is it's not the best for direct drive. For direct drive, it just does not have as much bracing or framework as the GT2 or GT1 or P1. So I'd recommend if you have a direct drive wheel, get a GT2 or P1. If you have anything else, this works great. So this time, let's switch cars. GTR4. We'll do the Lotus. So Lotus Evora. And we're going to turn off qualifying this time. So... let's give this a try. See how horrible we do. But yeah, so is the framework working better for you guys? I just want to check again because I modified a couple settings. I just want to make sure it's working well for you. Because it's looking good on my monitor. I just want to make sure it's good for you guys. So it's starting us in 6th. Okay. Wish me luck, guys. I'm going to need it. So I'm not running the chicane version. Okay. It seems like these cars are better braking now. Maybe still a little too early. But they're battling. That's cool. Bjork is very loose out of that corner, and I ran a little wide. Yeah, these cars are a lot more competitive now. Still leaves a lot on the table under braking, though. I'm just noticing. Like right there, he brakes very early, just leaves the door wide open for me. And we're at 101% strength right now. Oh, Kasperlik almost spun it on the curb there. Go through that open door. We're up to top 5. I want strength, Rashid. Catch a side draft if that's even simulated in RaceRoom. Whoa! A little greedy, a little greedy. These tank slappers are brutal. There we go. Let's close in. Ten minutes left. I almost lost it there. There we go. Little bump. Couldn't get the run. And this let... Oh, I lost a spot. Okay. So yeah, AI really has scaled up their game now. Really pinched me down there. Let's do the same to him, and nope, he pushes back a bit. We still take the spot, though. Got punted. And, oh my gosh, that just totally upset my car. Punts bring punts. Okay, let's calm down, we got this. We're only 4 seconds back of the leader. There we go. A little sideways. Just gotta be careful here. So we caught them just have to pass them. That's the struggle. We've caught up to them, but now making the pass on them. That's a different story. Whoa, 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 whoa! Big check up there. That's going to work in our favor. All right. Let's see if we can stick a fork in Bjork. Gonna seal the deal right there. Not yet. Slideways. Gonna have 2 laps. Whoa! Bump and run! Can we make it stick? Kershaw gets a way good run out the outside. We got the draft. We got the inside. Making our move. So yeah, now that we have about a lap and a half to go, I'm going to share my final thoughts on this pack so far. I love it. This is a great pack. My favorite car, as mentioned before, would likely be the Ktm Crossbow. This would be my second. The Porsche is good. It's just not my favorite. Personally, Porsche doesn't fit my driving style too well. That's what it comes down to more than it being a poor car. It's a good car. Sounds might be slightly digitized compared to the others, in my opinion. But still, it's a great sound. And yeah, so the feeling of these cars are good. They feel livelier than I remember other cars in RaceRoom to be. So, for example, when we were talking about the Porsche, that car is incredibly lively under braking. You've got to be careful. I will say the tank slappers are extremely pronounced in RaceRoom, so that's a little concerning, but forces you to be a smooth driver. And AI could always use improvements, because right here they're going to brake early. Well, maybe not early, but they're going to brake harder than they need to. So there's that, and all in all, this is fun. And I am going to be taking part in that live stream on Tuesday. I need to make sure the exact time, but there will be a live stream on Tuesday, me testing this car out with maybe some of the developers and other YouTubers. So stay tuned for that. But I am enjoying this a lot, and I will be likely testing more, like not just on Tuesday, but when it gets closer to release, maybe expect a video or two about it. And yeah, so guys, thanks for watching, and I'll likely do another stream maybe on Monday. But until then, guys, for the Sim Racing Paddock, I'm William Marsh, and you guys have a great rest of your day.